What's up, guys? Welcome back. I've got some brilliant moves to share with you, which I'm going to jump into here in just a second. We are going to be playing some aggressive attacking chess today, but it's important to note that once you get into a nice position, or if you're building an attack, a lot of times there's going to be a tactic that you have to find to win the game. And if you miss the tactic, you might have a nice position and you don't win, right? So let's use these examples to kind of work on your tactics, okay? And I've actually arranged these in order of coolness. So like the ones towards the end are really wild. And I think you guys are going to really like those. But we'll start off with some more, I don't want to say basic ones. Like they're still brilliant moves according to chess.com. But the ones at the end are really crazy. Also, quickly before I start, Scandinavian course, the modern Scandinavian is live. I was mentioning it before, but it's live for this week. There's like a special pricing. So I'm put it in the description. Also put pinned a comment so you can check that out. I highly recommend you take advantage of that if you want to get it. And having said that, let's go ahead and start. So here's the first position, and let me set the stage for you. So I captured here. Let's see what's going on. So I'm attacking his pawn. I captured it. He takes. I come in with my rook, and knight takes f2. I move my rook up, and rook to g8 is a blunder. Why is it a blunder? See if you can figure it out. What's up, Rob? How you doing? Okay. You had a chance to look at that. Hopefully you didn't say take the knight. That would actually be a mistake because the rook is defending my rook over here. And if I just take his knight, he's going to take my rook. So the move is actually rook takes e6 to sacrifice that rook for the bishop, since you're going to lose it anyway once you take this knight. And only after that happens do you take this. So you actually get a bishop and a knight for a rook, which is a good trade. And now I'm going into a winning endgame where the two knights are going to be more powerful than the rook. Okay? So that was the brilliant move there. And by the way, some of these games, even though I found the brilliant move, I didn't actually win the game. I think this was one of them where I was totally winning and ended up losing. But that's just beside the point. All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. And like I said, they're going to get cooler and cooler as we go along. Okay, so here's the position. I am clearly attacking. And I think this was actually a game from the Scandinavian, which, like, this is what the course is about. So if you want to learn how to do this, that's what the course is all about. But I played the Scandinavian. I played this aggressive line. And we get into this position where I'm attacking his king here. He tries to block. I jump in with the check. Very dangerous. He moves. I check. And right here, black to play. What is the brilliant move? All right, if you had a chance to look at that. So let's just kind of look at what's going on here. So ideally, I would like to not trade queens at this moment in time. I'm trying to attack his king, so I want to at least get something else in return. This pawn, you'll notice my knight can take. The problem is the queen is defending it, right? Well, I took it anyway. Because if the queen does capture me, do you guys see this follow-up? Queen e1 is checkmate, defended by the bishop. This bishop stops the escape square. And so because of that, he can't take my knight. And so I actually, I was trying to like decide what to do here. And so I actually went back to d3 for a second, and then went back to b2. And I ended up getting two brilliant moves in the same game, even though I didn't really do anything different. And it didn't help me. It just, yeah. Free brilliant move, essentially. So then they went back, and then I think I did decide to take the piece over here since it was undefended. So, okay, and then we get a queen trade. The game goes on, and I think I did win this game, but it was... Oh, yes. Okay, I'll show you this game. I'm not going to show all of them, but this one was kind of funny. So I was totally winning, and then I think I blundered something. Yes, I blundered here. And then he gets a queen. He gets a queen. He didn't see my threat. He didn't see my threat. I was actually threatening checkmate. So I checkmated with the pawn here on b4. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Like, we got the knight covering here. We got the pawn doing the checkmate, even though white has the queen. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. So here we go. I'm playing with white. My opponent brings the rook up to a5. And what's the brilliant move for white? All right, if you had a chance to look at that. So this is pretty common when you want to attack the king and you have your queen and your bishop lined up on this pawn. A lot of times sacrificing makes sense because you eliminate two pawns in front of the king. especially when you have a rook like this ready to come over. And this is really the big problem for black. They tried to play bishop g7, but now my rook comes over, and how do you defend this? All the pieces are misplaced. They can't defend this. And so I think they tried to run, and I just captured. That wasn't a brilliant move, but it's just taking advantage of the pin. And then I traded and ended up getting mate like a few moves later, I think. Yeah, they just resigned here. There was mate next move. Queen g4 is checkmate. So bishop takes h6 was the brilliant move, just to open up the king side there, and then the rook and the queen kind of did the rest. Okay? All right. Here we go. Black, I'm playing with white. Black pushes the pawn to d4. White to play. What's the move here? All right, so most of the theme for a lot of brilliant moves is ignore an attack against one of your pieces, right? And so that's exactly what we do here. We just ignore this, and we take on e5, threatening this move. So if they take me, of course, I'm going to come in here, and this is going to lead to a forced checkmate. We take, the knight is pinned, and after they take, we can take with the queen, checkmate. Remember, the knight is still pinned, so it can't take my queen. So they didn't actually take me, and the game went on, but that's why this was brilliant. They can't take the knight. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. I'm going kind of quickly, but I will slow down for some of these at the end to make sure we understand, because like these last couple are, you guys are going to really, really like these. Okay, so here we go. This is a really crazy game. My opponent was trolling me or something. They played b4, b5, a4, a5, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna like try to attack. Then they played rook a4. I pushed to block off the rook, and then they played f3. And here's where I had a brilliant move. Now this brilliant move, I mean, it's kind of the same category, right? Like the bishop's sitting there, we do something else. But the question is, what else can we do? Well, bishop d6. Now, why is that so brilliant? What's going to happen if they just take my bishop? You guys see it? Queen h4, check. Only move is g3, and now you can take your pick. You can actually sacrifice whichever piece you want. And of course, if I had this position in the game, I'm always going to take with the queen, because you have to go for the queen sacrifice. And then you checkmate. It's like a smothered checkmate with the bishop. Okay? That's pretty neat. So that is why bishop d6 was brilliant, and my opponent actually saw that and played g3, and the game went on. I think I ended up losing this game, believe it or not, which I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, there's the brilliant move. Okay, next one. So here's the position. I played king d2. Oh, actually, let me back up. This is kind of interesting. So here we go. I'm attacking. I have this open file. All right, he plays h6, kind of a big mistake because I just take it. It's pinned. The pawn is pinned. Okay. So bishop check. I moved my king, mostly because I want to open up this rook to help out. He goes bishop f6, white to play. What's the brilliant move? All right, here you go. So we want to attack the king. We have to get rid of this pawn somehow. We don't take with the bishop, we take with the rook. Here's why. We eliminate the pawn, and after they take back, we are now ready to replace that rook with the other one and keep attacking. Rook g1. And the problem for black now is, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't really defend this, because even if you bring your queen there, I'm still going to take it. Now it's even better for me. So you can't do that. You could try to move your rook, but then I'm just going to come down. Let's see. I think I would have taken probably with the rook. What does Stockfish say? They're both really good. Doesn't really matter. They're both totally winning. And either he steps in line with the bishop, or he steps over here, and then the queen's going to sneak over and checkmate this. I mean, it's just really bad. The knight can also come in. Actually, that's probably even better. The knight coming in. It's over. So they just resigned. They resigned immediately after rook g1. Okay, well, let's go to the next one. All right, so let me back up a few moves. So let's see. Oh, this was a crazy game. So, all right. So I captured this knight. They captured me. I played king f2. Now, the reason I played king f2 is I really, really, really wanted my rook to go to the h-file. And it was the only way that I could quickly see to do it. I'm like, I got to play king f2. I mean, here it's going to take me too long if I go to h2, because then my king's going to be in the way. So I did this. Now, Stockfish doesn't like it for some reason, but I liked it. Check, king g3. Okay. They line up here, attacking e5, so I defend. They take on b2, I save my rook. They go here to defend the pawn, which should not be the top priority right now, because I do actually have an attack coming, and they didn't understand that. So rook h1. Ooh, best move was actually sacking first, according to Stockfish. Rook, bishop takes h7. Okay. I went here. They played g6. Now, what's the move for white? All right, if you had a chance to look at that, rook takes h7 again, sacrificing the rook to open up for my queen. Queen to h1 check. There's actually a forced checkmate. You want to pause? What's the move now? What's the move now? There's only one move. Well, there's a couple moves you could play, but there's only one that leads to the forced checkmate quickly. Knight to g5, immediately threatening here, not giving black time to do anything. If you played queen h6, which looks good because you're going to come with the rook next and then go for the checkmate, you actually give them time to do something. So Stockfish says they can play knight takes e5, and if you go for this, they actually, what is the move that they have? How do they stop this? I'm looking, I'm trying to see how they stop. Actually, it doesn't look like they could stop this easily. Oh, f6, wow. You defend and you give the king a place to run at the same time. Ooh, okay. I didn't even see that. Anyway, that is why you don't have time for queen h6. You actually have to go knight g5, which is what I did. And then I think they just let me checkmate him here with queen h7. Okay. So now, let me see. Okay, not just yet. We're almost getting to the really, really fascinating ones. Okay, so a couple more. Let's see. White just played queen c3. It's black to move. The brilliant move for black. What is it? All right, so I was noticing this and I was noticing this, so I'm like, okay, let's just sack the bishop, because when the pawn recaptures and we take here, it's actually a fork on these pieces. Not to mention, I'm lining up on the king, but I'm going to be able to get my piece back. So they didn't do that. I would have just jumped in here and I'm winning. They played knight to d4 and the game went on. I just went back, but that was that one. Okay. All right, this one's pretty cool. So wild position here. Let me back up a few moves because this one's pretty interesting. Boating Mania, hey, welcome. Thank you. So I'm trying to be aggressive. I've got this battery lined up on their king. This is checkmate here. So they stop me with bishop d3. I go here, which attacks the rook, also pins the bishop, so this is a problem. They go here. I'm again attacking. They take. I take. They take my knight. King goes over. And I run. I was trying to get away from, for example, any checks like this where I might end up losing my rook at some point. So that's why I felt like putting my king here was smart. Stockfish says no, but anyway, this is what happened. I went here. Queen to e5. Okay. They're attacking my bishop. They're attacking my pawn. I have to watch out for the pawn here. What's the brilliant move for black? All right, somebody said it. Rook to c3 check. The king is trapped. The only move is to take, and that is checkmate. So there you go. Apparently, you could also checkmate with taking here with the queen, which I did not see initially, but that would have worked as well. The rook is much cooler, so there you go. Okay. Now, all of the ones from here on out, I have 3 more games to show you. All of these are pretty incredible, okay? So let me back up a few moves. So I'm, again, attacking. I play knight c3. I jump in with a check. I bring my queen over here. He plays c3, and here I noticed something. So I played the move rook e4. Now, it's a blunder because I had a better move, and Stockfish finds like a way for white. But I was setting a very nasty trap here, which my opponent fell for. They took my knight. What's the move for black? That's correct. You guys are seeing it. Queen takes h2. This is a beautiful, I forget the name of this one, but it's a checkmate pattern where the knight is stopping the king on the side of the board and the rook delivers the mate. And I actually saw this from here. I was thinking to myself, yeah, you know, this is like really close to that. If I just had a rook that could come over. But then I was like, okay, I can't do that because the bishop is controlling. And I can't go here to come over because the knight is controlling. But then I was like, aha, I have this square. And it's a perfect time because he might think that like, oh, I'll just take the knight. Sure enough, that's what happened. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful end to the game right there. So good example of how, you know, if you see a pattern from your training, you're doing tactics puzzles, you're like, oh, that's a cool pattern. You want to like be paying attention because sometimes you can make it work in a game like this. Now, Stockfish says it's not the best move because they could have played h3. And I guess if they play h3, my attack kind of fizzles out. So that's why. But okay, next one. All right, so let me just back up a few moves. So I'm trying to attack, okay? So I have this position. I kick his knight back. I come over with my knight. I play queen f6. So obviously I'm threatening here to come in with the queen. So they defend with their rook. Okay, great. Bring in my bishop. Important move, stopping them from castling, right? You can't castle through a check because the king has to pass over like that, and you can't do that. So they block with the knight. I take it because now this square is really weak. See, before the knight was controlling it. Now it's not. I'm like, great, I get to come in with my queen. They go back. Rook f7. I'm just getting ready to like create a triple battery here. Okay, I got the triple battery, but now they play queen d1. Now they play queen d1, and everything is pretty much defended. So, what is the brilliant move in this position? Black to play. Okay, some people are saying queen takes g3 in the chat. That's the wrong move. That is not the move. Any other ideas? This one is so cool. Like, this one is really, really neat. Someone's saying knight takes h4. I do see one correct answer. Okay, now I'm seeing yes. Birding theorist, yes. I'm seeing you guys get it. Queen takes f2. So first of all, this is a nice idea. The problem is this is not checkmate because the rook is just going to take you, right? And even if you take the queen, okay, white's still going to be fine. The move is queen takes f2. And what's going on here is, well, of course they have to take me. The king can't move anywhere, so this is forced. What's going on is I am literally threatening checkmate. Like if you play any random move, check and mate. Look at this checkmate, by the way. This is really cool. I mean, the pawn is helping. The rooks are out. You can't run away with, you know, you can't run away by like moving your bishop because now I still go here and I'm still going to win the queen and I have a really good position with my rook. So that's also good. So my opponent, what do they play? Plays queen e2, which is the best move. You have to sacrifice the queen back, basically. But now I get to invade with my rook, and I actually have a winning position. So it was all, essentially it was a big fancy trade that leads to a nice endgame for me. All right, but it hinged on the fact that there was this checkmate threat that just, you know, white can't stop. Maybe if you bring your queen out, like, I'm still going to go there and it's still checkmate, which is really cool as well. So super nice move. Yeah, I was proud of that one. I was really proud of that one. Because usually when you have these batteries, you don't want the queen to be in the front because of that exact reason. If you imagine if these were flipped, it'd be easy. I just take with the rook. He takes. My queen comes down, checkmate. But since the queen was in front, I'm like, but it still works. Super nice move. Super nice move. So good job if you found that. All right, guys. The last one is from an endgame. So let me just kind of set the stage for this one so you can follow along. So I messed up in the opening somehow. Let me see. Yeah, I messed up in the opening. I'm basically, let's see, where did I mess up? Hold on. Yeah, I'm like down, I think, a pawn or two. Not doing well, but right here, my opponent traps their own bishop. Okay, they play g3, they trap their own bishop. I'm like, great. I play g5. They do get some pawns out of the deal. And we end up with this position. Okay, so let's just 3 against 3. 2 rooks, a bishop, bishop. So it's a knight for 3 pawns. You guys see that? A knight for 3 pawns, essentially. So this is actually pretty interesting endgame. And Stockfish says it's about equal. Slight advantage for white. Okay. So the game goes on. I decide to trade the rooks. I was feeling like Capablanca. I'm like, just trade the pieces and win the endgame, you know? So I played b5. I'm trying to push. And his king is actually becoming a problem. All right? His king is becoming a problem. Bishop e7. Bishop g2. I played a4, and then bam, king b5. He's threatening my knight. He's threatening my pawn. If I move the bishop, he's threatening this. He's threatening to take here once the knight... Like, he's got a lot going for him. Not to mention, of course, these pawns. Black to play. There's only one move that keeps black in the game at this moment. What is it? What is it? Okay, so some people are saying it. I guess my question for you guys is, do you see why? So, all right. The move is, and this is really common, in endgames, you have to be thinking of pawn breakthroughs, right? Like pushing your pawns forward at the right moment. Sometimes that's what you need to win. So a3 is the move. Congratulations if you said a3. I played it. I saw this and I played it, by the way. Why? The question is why? Why is this such a brilliant move? Because when you first look at it, it's like, okay, we're giving up our knight. Yes, we can take, but then the bishop actually stops us. And yes, we can take, but we're not getting through this. There's no way. Our bishop's on the wrong color. These pawns are never going to go through. Meanwhile, you better watch out. White's got all kinds of stuff happening. So why do we play a3? What's the deal? What is the deal here? Okay, here's the cool part. Ready? If they take the move for, and I didn't get a chance to do this in the game, unfortunately, because they didn't play this, but if he would have taken the move for black, wait for it, b3. b3, what? This is like the coolest pawn breakthrough I've ever seen. We've got 2 pawns. He could take whichever one he wants. And guess what? I'm going to push by. Now, don't take. Don't take. If you take, you lose. The bishop stops you. But we push by and we sneak by over here and the bishop can't stop us. We get a queen. And if they take the other one, don't push because the bishop stops you. You have to take. And you have to make sure that you get the queen on the A1 square so the bishop can't stop you. How cool is that? From an actual game. That is so cool. Like, I couldn't believe this. I was looking at it after. I'm like, no, b3 actually was winning move. Which I saw. I did see that, actually. That's why I played a3. I saw that I could play b3, and I was hoping, but it didn't happen. That is so cool. I mean, that is just amazing. So, in the game, what did they do? Yeah, they took here, which is also not a good move. Apparently, the only move, according to the engine, is to take here. And now when I take, you push your bishop there to stop me. And then I take here, and it's supposed to be a draw somehow, but still, obviously, a lot is going on. You have to worry about all these pawns, and then this, and the knight, and I don't really know what's going on. But Stockfish seems to think it's a draw. Okay, back to the game. So I'll show you what actually happened in the game. So I played a3. They captured. I captured, and now I'm threatening here. So if you take me now, goodbye. You can't stop it because it's on the wrong color. Right? Bishop can't control that. Okay, so my opponent plays bishop e4 now. So what did I do? What's the move here? What's the move? You push it anyway. Because this is what happened in the game, by the way. Knight to d4 check, forks the pieces. I captured the bishop. Now, it's not over yet. My opponent plays king d5. He's got some pawns. The game is not over. Yes, I have a knight and a bishop, and you should be able to win with a knight and a bishop in an endgame if, for somehow I lost all my pawns. But still, it's not over. I captured here. He plays f5. Pause. What's the winning idea here for black? What do you think you should do? If you're playing this position as black, you've got a minute on the clock. Pawns are coming. You've got the bishop. You've got the knight. What do you do? Well, apparently Stockfish seems to think there's quite a few ways you can do it. One move is bishop f8, one move is king d7. But the best move, and what I actually played in the game, is just c4. Because we're only 3 moves away from becoming a queen ourselves. White is also 3 moves away, but they also have to deal with our bishop, which means it's going to take them more time, right? So, for example, if they would have played f6 and we, let's just say, go back or even just go over here, you can't just push and get a queen. You have to use both pawns. And meanwhile, I'm going to be pushing mine. And then here's the key detail. At any moment, I can either sack or just bring my king over and stop the pawns. For example, I could just sack and go here, and you can't catch me. That's one way. Or I could have gone king d7 right away, right? That's why. So in the game, I'll show you what actually happened. They played king here, trying to stop my pawn. I played bishop b4, and look at the bishop and the knight. This is beautiful. You've got the pawn, the bishop, and the knight. It's like this, like a wall, essentially. Look at all these squares are controlled by my pieces. It's a wall that the king cannot pass through. And because of that, I'm going to be able to just escort my pawn down and win, right? And so they have to try to push these guys. Doesn't really matter. And at the right moment, I brought my king over. And now if you push this, I block both of them. And if you push this, I can just come here and block both of them again. If you ever try to push, I just take it. These pawns need support from the king and the knight and the bishop. So that's how you win, in case you were wondering. All right. But this was, like when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, b3. Okay. So quick reminder for everybody, the Scandinavian course, I put a link in the description and pinned it as a comment. We are going to try to play that opening when we get a chance as black. And I am going to be playing some games now. So, by the way, these are blitz games where I got these brilliant moves from. So that's why my rating is so high. For those of you saying I'm 2,500, it's not going to be that high when we start the rapid games. Okay, but yes, now time to chess. Yeah. All right. Let me go to 10 minutes. Yeah, we're 2450 in rapid, so a little bit lower. And I'm not sure what's happening with my connection. Let's see if we refresh. Okay, we're good. So 10 minutes. Here we go, guys. All right, let's play. The next course I'm going to release is the Ponziani. So I'll try to play a Ponziani if we get a chance. Assuming our opponent makes a move. I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, we can play the Ponziani against that. We just need to see a knight c6 here. And then, all right. So Ponziani, here we go. d5, knight f6 are the 2 moves we are likely to see. d5 is the best move for black. Okay, I really like to see knight f6. I really like to see knight f6. So we play d4, we ignore this. We ignore this. And if they take, we're going to push by, chase their knight, and we actually get our pawn back. So it's not really a gambit per se, because we are going to get our pawn right back. Okay, they take. So when they take you here, you want to push by. Oh, okay. So this is the line that I believe I'm 2-0 online here with, and it's this crazy bishop sacrifice. So I talk about it more in the course, but let's go ahead and see how this person responds to it. King g8 would lose the game immediately. Let's see if they're going to do that or not. No, they go king e8. Okay, we take back. h6. Somebody played h6 against us, right, and lost immediately. Yeah, bishop e7 I think is a better move, and I'm pretty sure we play h4 here. Let me just think about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure h4 is the move. Oh, you know what? Oh, God, there's also queen h5. Oh, man. Is it queen h5 and g4, or is it h4? I think it might be h4. Let's play h4. I could be forgetting, because I know there's also some lines where you play queen h5. I have to review. I have to go look at my my own course videos and rewatch them. So the point of this sacrifice, I don't think I've ever seen this, by the way. I've never seen anyone say this to play this or teach this. The point of it is you get long-term pressure on their king, right? The king is permanently weakened, unable to castle, stuck in the center, and we just get to attack it. Oh, also we have nice big center. This knight is kind of misplaced over here. They have a hard time getting their bishop out because if you push this, I'm able to play e6 and block it in. And then it gets very dangerous. There's things like a fork, for example, or sometimes even just checkmate if they're not paying attention. So it's really tricky for black. And let's see if they can survive. I think last time we played it, I'm pretty sure the person played a bunch of good moves and we still won at the end. But they were low on time because they had to kind of figure all this stuff out. But yeah, I checked the database, like at below 1800, you're going to obliterate everybody with this line. So if they take, I think I'll take with the bishop. Okay, they go with d5, and I believe e6 is the move. I believe e6 is the move we want to play. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So we're clamping down on the bishop. If they take us, I'm going to take back with the bishop, hit the queen. And then if they move somewhere, I think I'm just going to castle. And the annoying thing for black is if you ever take the pawn after I've castled, then you have to deal with my rook lining up on your king. And you can't just castle to get away from everything like you would like to. Remember, we already sacked the could also take with a pawn, but no, we're going to do it this way. We're going to do it this way. This is going to be the way. Yeah, queen d6, kind of expected that. And I think we just castle, like I said. And this is what I was explaining. If you take here, I've got rook e1, and the normal move would be something like castling, but you can't. Now, you could go king d7, but I don't know. I don't know. That still seems pretty dangerous. Yeah, he's going to try that. He's probably going to try that. So let's think about this. So rook e1. Or do I start with knight c3 and save this move for later? Because knight c3 might be pretty annoying too. There's a6, but any chance you'll do the Kali Zuckertort opening? Probably not this stream. I need to review some of those lines if I'm going to do that. What should I do? Knight c3 or rook e1 first? Does it matter? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Does the order matter at all here? Probably doesn't matter, does it? All right, let's play rook e1. I expect he's going to play king d7. And then I think I'm just going to play... you know what? I'm actually noticing something. I would love for my knight to land here. So how would you do that? Well, you could go here to a4, but then he would just take me. So I could also go to d2, b3, c5. That would be an amazing spot for the knight. Now the question is, do we have time for that? Or should I go for this, threatening b5? He's going to probably play like a6, and then we have to figure out a way to keep the attack going. This is tough. This one also he could take here, but I don't think he would do that because then it opens up the queen. Maybe. I think I'm going to go knight c3. I think this plan is a little too slow. It's a little too slow. Although, maybe we could play a4, a5, and then we could do it. Chasing this knight to somewhere awkward. Actually, here it would get trapped. Here it's pretty bad. Yeah, so maybe we just do this. Yes, okay. I think this is what we do. So we try to go here, force the knight back there. Fine. And now... Oh, wait. Doesn't he get trapped? No, he's going to take on a5. Hold on. Something about this move looks suspicious, guys. Something looks really suspicious. b3 takes... b4 b4, you could go back, I guess. b5, wow. Or I just play knight a4. Maybe I just play knight a4. So knight a4, we want to jump in here. Very good spot for my knight. Yeah, I think I want to do that. b6, then we just take and open up the a file. Let's try this. Let's try this one. This is my threat, knight c5. Black has kind of succeeded in getting their king to a little bit safer square, but I'm still not convinced this is totally safe. I'm still not convinced it's totally safe. Now, if they get all the way back here and I have no attack, that might be a different story. But that's why I'm putting a lot of pressure in this area of the board. Of course, they're not going to want to run this way in line with the rook. So it's really just a question of can they get back here? And that's what they're going to try to do. Okay, so now I think we do this. Okay, hold on. Let me think. If I go there, they're going to have to move their bishop or defend. Let's just say that they go to f5. Queen b3 would threaten checkmate. They do have this. We could sack a rook. Queen b3 takes. I guess I could sack this, but that doesn't seem to be quite good enough. b3, does that help me to throw that move in first? Not really. I think I should go here. I think I should go here. I'm assuming they're going to just move their bishop. Oh, they go back to d7. Okay. So b3, let's see. Queen b3, the problem is this move. If they didn't have that move, we would just win. Do we have any way around that? Oh, you know what? Okay, well, there's some really interesting things here. Like, for example, if I do this, takes bishop e7 or rook e7? I got to watch out for queen f4, though. I got to watch out for queen f4. I wonder if I could play queen b3, queen b4, threatening all kinds of things. Okay. The queen b4, what are they going to do? Actually, they could take with the other knight, so then I'd have to go like queen c3. But then what are they going to do? If they go back... Oh, man, I don't know what to do here, guys. This is not an easy decision. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, so they take me there. And I guess we're going to go queen here. I guess we're going to go queen here. So we are threatening potentially to sack the rook for 2 pieces. If they go back, we didn't just lose a pawn. We actually opened up the rook. So that's a good thing when you're trying to checkmate a king. Question is, can we make this work? Because there's something happening here. They go here, I have b3. Also could potentially... Yeah, like, for example, b3, knight b6, queen here, bishop f5 is annoying. I could go back and defend, and I'm threatening to sack and mate, but... Actually, no, that's not mate, because their knight would be defending. Oh, that's so annoying. The knight's actually defending. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. If I sack this, the rook comes in. Do I have a threat? I mean, I'm threatening that. I'm also pinning the knight, which means I'm threatening this. That's pretty dangerous, isn't it? Oh, this is very complicated. Very, very complicated. Surprised they didn't play knight c4 already. I wonder what they're thinking about. Are they going to do something else? b6? Is that what they're thinking about, maybe? b6, though, I don't know. I'm taking king b7. I'm going back. They're taking. I'm sacking this. Who knows what's going on in that position? Okay, they do go there. Okay. Yeah, the question is, do I sack it now? Or do I leave the knight and play b3? I think we go b3. Okay, I think we do this. How do they defend against that? I really want to just sack the rook, guys. I just want to sack it and go queen d3. Oh, they have knight b4? Knight b4. I didn't see that one. Man. Okay, what if I go queen a1? How do you defend? You can't move your king. You could push it. All right, I don't know. Let's just push the pawn. I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to sack that. There's almost some amazing patterns here. They want to get rid of the bishop because the bishop is kind of a key part of this. Knight to b8 though is a problem, guys. Bishop e7, queen f4. I take the rook. I mean, I get something back, so maybe it's all right. We gotta go. I don't know. I could be blundering here. I could be blundering, but I'm running out of time. So the idea is to come in here and checkmate. I'm expecting knight b8. Then I think I'm gonna go bishop e7. There's also rook e7, but I'm running out of pieces. I'm running out of pieces. Bishop e7, rook e7. What's the threat? I don't think it's really a threat, so I have to go bishop e7. The knight b8. Bishop e7, queen f4, takes. I'm going to have to play something like f3 or defend this. Otherwise, they're coming in here. Yeah, I think I messed this up, actually. I think I messed this up. Or could I take it? Wait a second. Could I just take it? If you take me, I take you with check. You have to go here. Then I bring the rook over. I'm threatening. It's not mate. Oh, man. That knight is such a good defending piece. That's too bad. Okay, what if I play bishop e7? Leave the bishop on the board. And, well, what am I going to play, though? I have to stop all of this stuff, so I have to do something like queen b2. I don't want to play queen b2. Oh, I don't know what to do. Don't think we can get away with that. Well, they're thinking long enough that now we could start... Oh, a5. What is that? Okay. So now I'm threatening... Oh, what's the move? What's the move? I don't see it. Oh, I had a check. I could have gone with the check. Man. Oh, I had a check here, guys. They stopped it. They stopped it. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's no checkmate, is there? Am I missing a checkmate? Am I missing a forced mate? Uh-oh. I don't think so. Man. I'm getting mated. I'm getting mated. Ah. Man. I wonder if I had a win. I wonder if I had a win. It seemed like I should have, maybe. Ah. Okay, they played almost perfect game, which is hard to do. That's very hard to do. So I guess props to the opponent for being able to navigate that so well. Yeah, we never had a chance. So I don't know. Don't play it against 2400 to play perfect chess. That's the takeaway. Let's see. They played the best move. 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 Played the best move. They played the best move. They played every best move. Yeah, they literally played engine moves. Let's see. Through move 20. 21, 22. They played every single move was an engine move. So that's why we lost. Every single one. Okay, well, what are you going to do? You can't beat engines even with my courses, so. Let's try again. Let's try again. Okay, let's see if we get E4. We can play Scandinavian. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can put the course to the test. Does it work against 2,400 rated players? F3, common. We go back. We induced, okay, G4 also pretty common. We go back. So this is really interesting because white gains a bunch of space. Let's go E6. But we get these weaknesses that we can hopefully take advantage of. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to take this and then they take with the knight. Yeah, usually they play G5. Oh, he checks first. He checks first, which probably doesn't change much, does it? Usually they play G5. I think we just play bishop E7. I guess G5's coming now. Yeah. And I'm tempted to castle. I'm really tempted to castle and say, okay, you get a knight, but I get to attack your king. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because the alternative is you move away, but then he jumps in with the knight. I don't think that's a position we really want to play. Yeah, no, we're going to castle. Definitely going to castle. Here we go. Here we go. We take back with the bishop. Okay, so we have a couple of ways to do this. Option number one, we can go check. If he blocks, we pin the queen. So that's pretty annoying. You'd have to move your king. So that's one option. Option two, we just pin it right away. If we pin it right away, we're threatening this. Let's say they castle. Bishop f4. Ooh, bishop f4. Let's see. You can't go there. We take it. You can't go here because C. Actually, wait. Maybe you can. c6. f4. Ooh, does he get away with f4 there? All right. So I'm tempted to do this because then I'm sure the king is going to be stuck in the center. I like that. I also like this. I'm just not sure if he can just castle. If you can just castle, it just seems too good for white. Bishop here, knight d5. We must have a move, right? We must have a move. c6 runs into f4. I think. So maybe we do have to do check. Maybe we do have to go check and just bring our knight out. Or check and take this pawn to open up the queen. Maybe that's the way. Then his queen comes out, but that's okay. We can keep attacking. Here, castles. Do I have any other moves that I'm missing, guys? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. We can't sack it and go here because of f4, unfortunately. It's so close to working, it just doesn't work. This is a critical moment. This is a critical moment. I can feel it. And I'm not sure what the best one is. I mean, it's always good if their king is stuck in the center. So that might, like, following the principle would tell me I should just check. But this pin, if they do it right away, I think bishop d4 looks really good. If they castle first, here, how do we stop f4? c6, f4. I don't know how to get around that. All right, I'm going to go with the check. I'm going to make sure that they can't castle. I just don't want them to castle. Because you have to remember, when they can't castle, right, the rook stays out of the game, which is a really good thing. As soon as they castle, the rook is a big factor, which you do not want. So I'm going to force the issue, and usually the rook then is kind of stuck, which is a big deal. So I think this is the move. Of course, they can't, like I said, they can't block because we pin. Now they could go to d2 and try to bring the rook in that way at some point. So they're probably thinking now about which of these places to go. Okay, king d2. All right, so now I'm thinking rook e8. Or knight c6. Or takes. Rook e8 definitely seems pretty powerful. Taking is nice because we open up this. Knight c6 is nice because we put pressure here. He wants to go here, but if I play rook e8 here, c6... Taking removes that outpost. Then the queen comes over. Then we have knight c6. Looks pretty good. Okay, I think I'm going to take. Oh, but then we also give him. No, we have f. Okay, let's take. Sorry, I'm just trying to talk through this. I think not allowing this knight to jump into d5 is a smart decision. So that's what we're going to do. Someone said I'm down a piece for nothing. No, this is this is not nothing. If you think this is nothing, then you don't really understand the value of a safe king versus a king in the center. This is a very good position for us. Now, I'm not saying that Stockfish wouldn't be able to defend with perfect play, but practically speaking, this is a great position for us. I think we're going to go knight c6. Rook e8 also looks good, though. Maybe I'll start with rook e8, because this gives us the option to potentially sacrifice here. Because if we sack here, it pulls the king even further out, which might be what we need. Let's see. Knight c6 is on my radar as a possible move. We're taking here. Bishops are very powerful in this position. Look at these diagonals. Meanwhile, White's trying to figure out what to do. Once we get the knight to c6 and the queen and the other rook, that's when it really gets dangerous. Okay, bishop d3. Yeah, so I mean, let's just think. If I do take it, he takes me back. Let's say check. King tries to run. Bam, we have get our piece right back, so you can't go there. So only move might be f4. I still go there. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, let's see. What if they take me first? Does that change anything? Wow. If I take, they take, I go check. Oh, it actually does change everything because then they can run. So that's an interesting thing to think about. Oh, man, also have to watch out for the queen coming in that case. Here, so what do I do with my rook? Go queen, maybe queen e7. Let's see, queen e7. You go back, bishop f. And I think they're gonna get away. I think they're gonna get away. Maybe I'm not ready. I think I need one more piece. I think I need one more piece out there. Now I think we're ready. Because now the back rank is controlled from any shenanigans. We could even just let that happen. Yeah, unfortunately this is going to happen. Okay, we have to take. See, they're still not in a great position because you still have to guard this. You can't just run yet. But now I'm getting ready to come through this way. Or maybe stack first and then... Okay, so 92. So let's just consider the sacrifice. Takes, check to stop them from running back. If you try to run over... Can't go there yet because we don't have the rook in position. Queen e7, I guess they just move the bishop somewhere. Maybe it's not that simple, actually. Queen f6. Okay. Do I sack or not, guys? This is the big question. My instinct tells me I should just do it. Instinct tells me just do it. Don't overthink it. Just looks like he's going to get away, though. That's the problem. All right, I'm going to have to do it, though. I'm going to run out of time. All right, let's go. I spent too much time. I needed more time here. I think he's going to barely get away, is what it looks like to me. Looks like he's going to barely get away. Oh, he plays f4. Okay. This is going to allow me to come over with the rook. For some reason, I thought this was dangerous for him. Let's see. So we're threatening to come in here. Potentially knight b4 is at play as well, which might be just what we need to control these light squares. Then the queen, that would be really good. He's probably going to play like a3 or something. Nope. Lets me do it. Lets me do it. He's going to go here. Wish I had more time. Yeah, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. Guess I'll take this. I bet we had a win. I bet we had a win, and I think I missed it. Let's see. There's still a chance, but we're going to need him to make a mistake. I'm going to get one piece back here. Let's try to get the bishop in a better position. So I'm stopping this, threatening b4. Let's play it anyway, I guess. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. That's mate. We did have a brilliant move, which means we probably did have a win. Man. Okay, let's see what it was. Let's see what it was. Yeah, we were definitely winning at one point, so I just missed it. So let's see. Let me update the brilliant move counter here. 85. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty normal. This is normal. Knight c3. Yeah, queen. I thought queen e2 was a weird move, so that's not the move. Usually it's g5, which is what I was expecting. He goes with this. Okay, Stockfish agrees. Castling is a good move. Knight h5 also is okay, but no, it actually, yeah, when it analyzes a little bit, it likes castling better. So I played the best move. That was a brilliant move. Brilliant castling. So there you go. We take back. And I made the right decision, although, okay, no, it's changing its mind. It's okay. It's doing the exact same thing I was like. Which one's better? Also c5. Whoa. All right, but this was fine. This was a good move. Oh, taking was what I did wrong. I needed to play c5 here to what? I guess just bust everything open. If you take, you get forked. So you can't take. If you do something like this, now I take and develop. Now I'm hitting your bishop if you try to just save it. Now my knight is coming in and I've cleared the file. So c5 was the key move that I did not see. Man. That was it. That's all we had to see. And then if I would have sacked here, let's just see. How bad was it going to be? Yeah, it was bishop takes g6, which is the move that I was worried about. Man. All right, so that was it. We just had to see c5, guys. I didn't see it. And then here it was too early. I just played 90. Oh, 95. I did not see that. There's a pin. It's a fork. It's a great move. Here, we can actually just trade. No, we go here with the fork. Wow. Okay, so you can see it's very complicated. These lines are very, very complicated, but lots of fun. I enjoy this. Even though I didn't win, it's still fun playing this way, and we'll know for next time to remember that c5 idea. But, yeah. Okay. It's all right. We got a brilliant move. We're okay. We're okay. This is the same person who played a perfect game. Oh, and I can't abort. Oh, dude. I would have aborted if I was paying attention. Shoot. Okay. I did not have a good feeling last time. I'm going to play a Scotch just to see what happens. But I did not have a good feeling. Yeah, they had that awkward pause at the other game too. All right, let's play a Scotch and see. This is a bit more sound, but what's the move I play against this? I think it's Queen E2, actually. I think it's Queen E2. I haven't played this in a while. I've been playing lots of Ponziani lately, but let's see if I can remember some of this. I'm curious if they're gonna have another like perfect game or not out of the opening. On a different opening. That's why I wanted to play this. So Queen E7. I think we just played Knight C3. Okay, so they want to go here. Is now when I push on this guy? Man, I don't remember. I don't remember these lines. Ah. Okay. If we push bishop a6, we can what? Probably just take. So they were going to have to move their knight, and then what? What do I have to remember in that position? Bishop d2, queen e4, let him take. Yeah, let's try that. That should be okay. Let's go here. Here. Bishop a6, I'm just going to move my queen. Just going to move my queen. Okay. Let's go queen e4. I think I could go queen e3 also. Maybe that's a bit safer. All right, we'll go there. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this way. And somehow we have to activate the rook. I mean, there's different ways to do it, obviously. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that if you want. I think I'm going to bring it up now. So if he goes for this check, we have it defended. And we can take it to a rook ending. Okay, let's put the king here. Feels pretty safe. Threatening the pawn, probably just defend. So we do have to watch out for the pin. So I'm assuming he's going to go for like one of these moves, and we have to watch out for this. Nope, he plays d6, but that's the same thing. You have to watch out for the pin. So maybe king h1. Okay. That was actually a pretty good move, because now he's going to take this. He's probably going to take here first and then take that. Guess I can't stop that. What time and days do you usually go live? Usually Wednesday afternoons about this time, and I'm starting to do Saturday nights. Should I go here? Actually, maybe I'll just play a rook ending. Maybe I'll just play a rook ending. I think I will. I think I will. Let's get the file. We want to make sure we keep our rooks really active. Let me come down here. Okay, I think I'll stop him from taking that. I want to get ready to go here and hit the pawn like this. If he tries to stop me here, we take this. Yes, he has 3 against 2, but it's going to be hard for him to win this, I think. Okay. So he's going on the offensive here. If I stop that, I have to be really careful. My king getting cut off. To be really careful about that. All right, I'm going to just give him that pawn. I think this is actually safer for my king. He's going to take. I go here. Okay, so let's take this pawn. Wow, he wants to do this? Okay, let's go here so we can defend. Also get out of the way so we can push the pawns if we need to. Now he wants to... Okay, if I push, he's going to go there. Wow. If I just do this, what's his plan? What's his plan against this? That would be... Go back and forth, I guess. Now, if I don't want to draw, I have to go like here or here. This one doesn't look awful. Wonder if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Because if I'm able to take this, we might actually be able to try to win. Well, let's see what happens, I guess. I don't know. Just because this looks kind of weak, I feel like I should try it. If I can get the two connected pawns. Might be a bad decision, but I don't like draws when I can try to win. So let's see what happens. Yeah, so they stopped me from getting that. Well, let's try to make him play f5, and then we'll have the king cut off. So they go there. Oh, is this going to be another draw? Guess I have to run this way. Here, the rook goes somewhere. Yeah, but now I can take the pawn, actually. Wait a second, wait a second. So if you go here or here, I'm taking your pawn. That's real dangerous for Black's king. So... What else can they do? You have to move your rook, right? The question is, can we get away from the checks? But it looks like we can. The other question is it enough for us to win, even though we have this? Definitely should have a big advantage because of the rooks and the king. King stuck on the back rank, super bad. And as long as my king can hide over here, I have nothing to worry about, I don't think. Yeah, so we can just tuck the king on b2. Uh-huh. So he has to go here. And then we have, he has to go here. And then we have check. Again, I'm threatening checkmate, yes. If I come all the way over here, what's going to happen? It has to bring his rook back, right? Has to bring his rook back, then I go check. If he goes here, I go check, here, check. I don't have a mate, do I? Oh, he goes that way? Okay, let's take the pawn. This should be a win, right? This should definitely be a win. Let me not mess this up. This is definitely a win, I think. I'm just going to go here and here, right? I don't know how we did it, but it looks like we did it. So here, he pushes, I go there, he pushes. It's not going to cut it. Yeah, this is too quick. This is too quick. Yes! Let's go. I did not think I was going to win that game. Okay. Well, there you go. 95. That's why we won. Yeah, it actually was better to take with the rook and then try to castle queenside. I don't know why I didn't consider doing that. I'm not exactly sure. Apparently it was a draw for the longest time. Even here, should still be a draw. Still a draw. If they take the rook, it's a draw. But this was a blunder. Because king d2. Capablanca endgame studies paying off. Yeah. That's right. Okay. Let's go to the next game. That was interesting. All right, here we go. We got some points back. 2300. Okay, against d4, you can't play You can't play the Scandinavian against that, but you can play whatever this is. Whatever this crazy gambit is. It's the England gambit, but d5 I think is nothing. It's just my own invention, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so options would be pin it, push the pawn. Well, I like pinning it. And then we're going to try to play f6, get the knight out, bring out the bishop, castle. Okay, I think I'll mess up the pawn structure here. Let's go f6. Try to get our knight out. So I really like these positions where I give up one pawn and I get to use the f-file. Lots of fun. So here we go. Getting ready to castle. Okay, very good. If they take back. Let's see. Do we pin it? Yes. Actually, hold on. Could also play queen e8 first, trying to get him to do this, and then we win a tempo. So we're going to sack another pawn here, guys, to get really quick development, open files. And if you want to play aggressive chess, this is the kind of stuff that you have to look for, okay? Because a lot of people look at this and they think, Nelson, you're just losing a pawn. No, it's an intentional sacrifice of the d pawn so that we can then play bishop e6, hit the queen, bring the rook over, and now all of a sudden we have all of our pieces out, and white is still not castled. Yeah, they got some pawns along the way, but it's a trade-off. So if you want to play the aggressive attack, sacrifice, get some brilliant moves, and checkmate, usually you have to be willing to give up some pawns. You don't have to, like there are other ways to do it, but this is an easy way to get those quick development moves out there, if that makes sense. Yeah, so he's going to go for it. Bishop e6. Okay, fine. So rook d8 is what's coming to my mind. I'm also considering like queen f8 to get away from this so that I don't have to be forced into a queen trade. Ah, he wants to play bishop c4. Ah, I see what's happening. He wants to play bishop c4. I would play queen f7, but then we run into knight g5, unfortunately. Queen f8, he could still play bishop c4, although then I could play rook e8. Takes. We have a little bit of an attack. It's not as much as I would like. I'm thinking queen f8. All right, let's do queen f8. And unfortunately, I can't stop bishop c4. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. The weak pawns over here, we might be able to win some of these. And then if we go into an endgame where we have like 3 pawns and he only has the 4 against 2. But we're hopefully not going to go to an endgame. Really, we would like to generate an attack in the middle game here. Okay, that's not a move I was considering. Obviously, we're not going to let him checkmate us, so we can play bishop f5. Or g6, or rook h6. On bishop f5 on a check, we just tuck the king in the corner. He gets to trade something, but then we still get to probably attack. I like that. Let's go bishop f5. He's going to play queen d5, I bet. I'm going to go here. Pretty common if you do give up this f-pawn and try to attack here. A lot of times this diagonal, you know, you just have to watch out, and most of the time you just tuck the king in the corner. That's kind of the solution when something happens here, in most cases. Or like we did earlier, we blocked with the bishop. You could do that too. If you stop sacrificing, you'd be a GM in no time. No, that's an oversimplification. It's like chess isn't that simple where it's like, oh, I'll just make this one small change and I'll just, you know, it doesn't quite work that way. I'm very comfortable playing this way. So you have to take into account, if I stop sacrificing, I'm going to have positions that I'm not as familiar with, and I'm not going to play the best moves all the time. So it's not that simple to just say like, oh, don't sacrifice pieces and you're going to be better. Like you have to take into consideration like what style of player are you? What kind of positions are you comfortable in, right? I think a lot of people don't think about that, and that's important. This guy doesn't want to trade the bishops. Interesting. So option 1, we go here, we sack this, we jump in with the knight. Option 2, oh, we can't play here because the queen takes me. All right, let's go here. All right, so what I'm trying to set up is some type of sacrifice where either my queen lands here or maybe my knight lands there along with the bishop on the diagonal. It could be really dangerous. In fact, is now the time? Take with the queen. There is bishop e2, which is a little bit annoying. Bishop e2 is very annoying, actually. Man, if we didn't have bishop e2, I think we could do it. Bishop e2 might be a problem. Okay. Let's see. He wants to take this. I don't know if I care. Let's say I go rook d8. He takes that. I sack here. Takes that. We play knight e5. Something like bishop back. No, then we would have bishop d5 and we'd be very happy. Ooh, okay. Also, bishop d5 right away might make sense. Here. Wow, this is very complicated. I'm going to go with rook d8. I want to save some time. I want to save myself some time to figure this out. So I'm going to let him take it. And then I think my plan is going to be to sack this with the idea that I have multiple threats. For example, bishop h3 in checkmate, bishop d5 in checkmate. Maybe even the knight could come in some cases. Okay. So he goes there. Let's see. I can't play 95. I could play rook d5, but then this capture. Nope, that's a problem. I didn't want to take this and fix his pawn structure, but I might have to. But then we could play rook here and rook over. That's when it starts getting dangerous. When it starts to get very dangerous. Ooh, yeah, I think I like that, actually. I think I like that. So here we go. We're going to take that and use this opportunity to do what's called a rook lift. Kind of have two rook lifts going on. We have this one where we could come over. Now we're going to have another one. And that's when you can start getting ready to sacrifice some stuff. Question is, do I want to go to g5 or h5 with that rook? So g5 would have the immediate threat of bishop d5. If you play something like f4, bishop d5 takes. That's wild. You go to h5. I'm still threatening bishop d5, but I don't know if it's as good. Queen d6. And we have rook f8 if we needed to block. Okay, so that's also not bad. Although f4 kind of just shuts down everything, doesn't it? I use this rook. Does that make a difference? Instead, wow, this is really fascinating. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do, guys. I'm going to go with this one. Mostly because I just have to make a move. I'm going to lose on time if I don't do something. I think my threat is bishop here. And then maybe sacking it. Depends what he plays, obviously. Like you could play, okay, he goes for that, which does defend this. That's actually a pretty good move, isn't it? Maybe we just do this and sack. What else can I do? I gotta keep the pressure up. H3, we sack the bishop, and we hope we can checkmate. Otherwise, we sack here. He does have this, though. Not anymore. There's going to be so many pawns. There's going to be so many pawns. Oh, I got to do it. Otherwise, I can't stop this. So I have to do it. Okay. What's going on now? What's going on? I'm down a whole bunch of pawns. That's what's going on. I don't want to get back rank mated. So now my queen is actually free to go. I can run with my king. Okay, we'll take one. Now we have something to work with. A pawn here. Unfortunately, I don't have enough pieces left to really generate any meaningful attack on his king, which is the big problem here. That is the big problem. So we got to hope this can help us, or they blunder something. But with everything defended, it's very hard to play with the queen. Maybe I should trade the bishop, because then at least I can try to hunt the pawns or something. I don't know. Maybe I just need to push this as fast as I can and hope for the best here. To bring the other rook over. Rook has those two squares. This one, I can attack it again. This one, I guess I can also attack it again. Then rook c5. So we have to go here. Then we lose the pawn. Rook c7. Rook here. That's a big problem. A really big problem. The problem is if he gets the rook here, I'm in trouble, right? So I can't let that happen. I cannot let that happen or I'm in big trouble, guys. But how do I stop it, right? I have to keep attacking his rook, I guess. Rook c5, I have to go here to get the file. Then he can go there. No, he does that. Okay. Also, trying not to get flagged is the other thing. Okay, one, we have a5 maybe. He wants to push on me. Bishop d7, bishop f7. Which one? Which one is it? I don't know. Yeah, man. I didn't see that. Okay, I don't know if we can get some sort of perpetual check going. Unlikely. There's going to be too many pawns. He's never going to move his rook, but maybe he's going to have to move his rook. "18 seconds. That's not enough time." Actually, maybe maybe there is a perpetual here. Check, check. Check, check. Check, 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 check. I'm seeing an awful lot of checks, guys. I'm seeing an awful lot of checks. Didn't see that check. Oh no! Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Ooh. my goodness. The art of winning games. Did you have no business winning? Uh, I'm sorry to my opponent, but um yeah. So they played really well at this phase of the game. Like they played really well. Really didn't give me anything. Um Yeah, I mean they played great until like somewhere around here I think they started to mess up. Let's see. Maybe it was just one big mistake when they let me get the perpetual check. Yeah. So here, no, even here, wow. Wow, Stockfish is crazy. Stockfish says play G3. Play G3, let him take the rook, and you get a queen. And now there's no perpetual check the king can hide. Stockfish is so ridiculous. So they checked me. Now it's a draw. Now it is just a draw. Except for the fact that I only have 13 seconds. And I guess I messed it up. Oh, I'm supposed to go queen f3. Threatening checkmate on h1. That is the deal. They have no checks on my king. So I can afford a move that's not check. And then when I went here, that's when things got a little bit out of hand. Still a draw. I didn't anticipate this. Lost my queen. Yeah, and somehow... No, they didn't take it. That's right. That's right. They didn't take it. The draw is queen before check. But I mean, with 3 seconds, you have to just pre-move it, right? You just have to pre-move it and hope that you can flag them. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think it's time for a bathroom gambit. It's time for a bathroom gambit. We got a 2400 here. I'll try to play another Ponziani. I'll be right back, guys. All right, here we go. So let's play d4. There's not really any point in trying to play a Ponziani against d6 because they didn't really stop you from playing this. So you just do it. Let's go bishop c4. Be a little aggressive here. Line up on the weak spot. Apparently this is called the Morphy Gambit. I think I'll castle. Getting ready to take advantage of the e-file. They play bishop e7. Okay. Let's just take the pawn back. I guess we defend now, since their king is not there anymore to take advantage of... Oh, we forgot about this one. Okay, so they want me to take... So they can go d5. Let's see. What can we do? Okay, I think I'll just take, go back. And then take it back. And I like how powerful my bishop is. My bishop's like really doing a great job. Okay, that's annoying. Maybe. So if we try to go for checkmate, they're going to play knight f6, right? If we try to play something like queen f3, they're still going to go knight f6. Take, we lose our knight. If we play knight f5, they're still going to go knight f6. Then I could at least get the bishop and drop back. So that's not awful. Knight f5. Also, maybe just bishop e3 and then drop back. Or drop back. Once the knight gets on f6, it's going to be hard to attack them. It's going to be real hard to attack them. Okay. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to try to get the bishop. And I might just drop my bishop back. Oh, they played that. Okay, I did not expect that one. Did not expect that one. I want to play queen h5. Is that too crazy? Is queen h5 too crazy a move to play? Only one way to find out. Only one way to find out. Yeah, I did see this. I did see this. But my initial thought was queen h3. Now I'm also wondering about... queen h6 instead. Because what I want to do is play bishop g5. You can't take me here because of this. If you take my knight, of course, you're going to lose, probably. Actually, can you get away with rook e8? No, you can't. All right. This is the move. I'm confident. This is the move. And my follow-up is going to be the amazing bishop g5, followed by bringing over the rooks. This might go down in history as the greatest bathroom gambit of all time. Let's see. Let's see. Problem for black is you can't take the knight because of the checkmate here. You could move this, but then bishop g5. If you take me, I take you. Oh, there's queen takes. It stops my checkmate. I suppose, yeah, he's going to do that. So, okay, hold on. Bishop g5, of course you can't take. Game is over. If you take here, game is over. So the only move is knight takes e4. Only move. Does rook d1 work? Rook d1. Wow. Rook d1. bishop g5, knight takes e4. If I take, the queen takes, and I'm in trouble, right? So there, rook d1. If he takes with his knight, I take his queen, and I think I'm happy. If he takes with his bishop, he loses. So you would have to move your queen. Let's say you move it. Now, let's say you just play bishop d7. I sack it. I win, I think. So you move it here. Dude, I hope I'm not miscalculating, but this might be one of the greatest moves I've ever played. Let's see. Either that or it's a blunder. Oh, it's a blunder. Ah! I thought we had him. It's a blunder. He's just gonna take this. Man. Okay. Don't you hate it when that happens? I knew that he couldn't take here because of this, but I forgot that he could just take here. And I don't have checkmate anymore because my knight is gone. It's now a bishop. The knight has been replaced by a bishop. Ugh. So we lose. I think we just lose. That's unfortunate. Rook d1, it's not good enough. Man, I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I was doing something amazing here. I really thought I was doing something amazing. I don't know. I guess I take that and take this and resign. Do I resign? No. Can you do the rating climb by doing principal moves? Pawn in the center, developing, instead of playing specific opening gambits? Like at 1300, learning openings loses rating points. Yeah, I mean, so regardless of which opening you're playing, you should always be doing the principles, right? So even if you're seeing the Ponziani or the Scandinavian or whatever, you're still going to be fighting for the center, trying to develop quickly, you know, not moving the same piece multiple times, usually knights before bishop. Like, you're still going to be, for the most part, following a lot of those principles. I should probably resign. I don't even have any way to keep attacking here. I'll play a few more moves, see if they blunder some sort of weird mate. You never know. You never know. Maybe I can do this. Nope. Can't do that. I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to try anyway. Yeah, so like any of the rating climbs, you know, you're going to see those principles regardless of which opening is being played. So that's what I would kind of focus on. And I think a lot of times I do play different types of openings. So you should get like a different, you know, variety of positions most of the time. BDL. We're playing against Bruno. Bruno. I'm going to resign soon. I just want to like try to attack with this rook quickly. Maybe throw the H pawn or something. And then I'll probably resign. Go here. I'll probably just go like this, try to sneak over with my queen, maybe throw my H pawn down. And if nothing happens, I think I'll resign. Although I'm also so low on time, I could probably just lose on time at this point. We'll try. Last ditch effort. He stopped my plan. They stopped my plan. Plan B. This is plan B. Move the queen. Push the pawn there. Move the queen here. Checkmate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No queen trades in this plan. There are no queen trades in this plan. Okay, so h5. The king can probably hide over here if we need to. This knight's going to come in, though. I don't know where, but it's going to come somewhere. I thought bishop g5 was such a cool move. It's one of those moves that it's really cool in the variations that you looked at. You know, I just didn't look at the most obvious move. The bishop takes f5. Yeah, wasn't on my radar. Okay. It's a pretty good move. That's a pretty good move, I guess. All right, let's go here. Let's go here. He's going to take with the queen. I'm going to go here. He's probably going to play something like rook e7. No, queen d5. Okay. Maybe he like moves his queen somewhere, you know, and just blunders this and we win. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Mm-hmm. Ah. All right, let's see if there was anything to my attack or not. Let's see. Wow. Okay. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah. So if I play knight h6 check. Whoa. Hello. If I play knight h6 check. If he goes to g7. Queen f3. Apparently this is equal. So I could have done that. Yeah, I just didn't see that this doesn't work. Bishop f5, yep. So what I was thinking, though, on knight takes e4 is rook d1, right? Even this, Stockfish says he has knight d6. Or just taking the bishop, sacking the queen is fine for black also, because he gets enough pieces. And I'm running out of pieces, yeah. There were some really cool checkmates there, though. Like, if he, you know, does something like this. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is what I was seeing in my mind, right? Stuff like this. If he tries to block, rook takes d7. Bishop takes f6. There's the checkmate again. Okay. Should I play d4? I think never play d4. Let's play d4. We'll play d4. Why not? And if they play d5, we'll go with the e4. We'll go with the... Oh, c5. Okay. I'll just take it. I think maybe you're supposed to push, but I'll just take it and Get my pieces out quickly. I think this is good. I think this is good enough. I don't want to let this happen though, unless I have a response. So let me think. Maybe bishop g5. Actually, maybe I should be careful here. Maybe I should be a little careful. Knight f3, knight g4. What are we doing? What are we doing against that move? Knight d4. No, we can't do that. We cannot do that. I better play bishop e2. I don't want to let this happen. Not until I'm ready to deal with it. Okay, now I'm ready to deal with it because now I can just castle. So it's a big difference. Okay, d5. So if we take, we can get an isolated pawn, which could be a target for us. If we push, I don't know. Then we keep the bishop kind of trapped. So it's a trade-off. Would you rather have the bishop trapped or an isolated pawn to attack? I think I'd rather have the bishop trapped, honestly. Yeah, I think I'd rather keep that stuck. But let's push. Okay, let's get ready to castle. Let's make sure there's no tactics here. I don't think so. Okay, we castle. Probably going to attack this, yes. So I'm thinking we just defend with the bishop. There we go. 2 attackers, 2 defenders on the pawn. Let's set up for a Greek gift sacrifice. Probably going to play h6 and stop me. Would not be surprised. Oh, f5 it stops me. Okay. The thing about f5 is we can en passant. Then the knight comes over there. Or we don't en passant and instead we go for something like knight g5. It's the pawn. He can go knight b6. Queen here, h6. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ooh. Wait a second, guys. So here. Oh, there's got to be something. Not again. Okay, I'm doing it. Let's go. He's going to play knight b6, I bet. Or queen e7. I guess you could play queen e7. Or rook e. Okay, there's a lot of options. You could play a lot of things. Knight b6, queen e7, queen e8, rook e8. So this, or this. Because you have to defend this, right? Oh, even knight d4 was an option. Maybe that was the best. They didn't see it. Okay, queen e7. Queen to e7, huh? So if I go for this and you play h6, what can I do? Right? What can I do? I really want to like sack something, but I just don't see why. Here? Check. You go back. Ooh, oh, okay. Hold on. Now I'm seeing something. So we sack, we go check, the king goes back. We sack again. The bishop comes in, and we checkmate the king. Now, the only problem is he's going to counter-sacrifice. That's the problem. He's going to counter-sack, and then he's going to get essentially 3 pieces for a rook and 2 pawns. Or a rook and 3 pawns. Which is not good enough. Man, that's too bad. That is too bad, guys. I really want to make this work, so here we go. For the content. I have some other ideas too, like g4 maybe. I have some other ideas. Let's start with this. That seems to be a clear best move. And G4, you can't take me, so I'm going to undermine this way. This one is kind of cool, though. We just come in. We come in here. He's going to take. I take back. No, that's losing. I can't do that. Bishop here. He's going to go queen f7. We takes. You can try to use the G file as well. If you take me, it's over. This is going to weaken this. Do I need to defend this pawn? No, that's what I'm not sure about, because he's going to come in with his knight otherwise. Three, six, seven, 3, 6. Yeah, so if I get like 2 more pawns, it's just 3 pawns for a knight, which is fine. I think we'll go G4. I mean, looks pretty good. Okay, hold on, I should consider this one first. Knight takes, I take. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I push going for this. Ooh, that's nasty, actually. That is nasty. Also, oh, but he's going to play queen f7, I bet. Okay. Let me just go back. Then he's going to jump in. Actually, I think maybe I should defend this pawn. I mean, this pawn. I don't know if I should defend the pawn. Chess is hard, guys. Chess is hard. Oh, boy. Okay. To defend or not to defend the pawn? Let's defend the pawn. I don't care about the pawn, okay? I'm just going to make this clear. I don't care about the pawn. What I care about is this knight, which is going to start defending everything, and the bishop, and it's like all the pieces now come into the game. That's what I care about. I don't care about the pawn. I guess he can just attack it again. So does that even really do anything? I'm going to defend the pawn. I'm going to defend the pawn. I don't know. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I think I'm just going to go back. And my plan is to play G4. He can never take me, at least not in this position because of checkmate. So he's trying to get rid of the bishop. I'm really tempted to keep this bishop alive, guys. I'm really tempted to keep it alive. If I play G4 and he takes, though, yeah, see, that's not as good of a... not a big deal anymore once this bishop's gone. Man, this is a good move. Kind of falling apart these days. All right, let's keep the bishop alive. I think it's important. I think it's a critical piece in this position. I don't really care so much about the rook. I say that, maybe I should care about the rook. I don't think this is going the way that I wanted it to, guys. This is not going the way that I wanted it to. I did keep the bishop alive, but now he's got this annoying knight on d4, so I don't know that that really helped me so much. But on the bright side, I have g4 as a threat finally. Maybe he's going back over there. Did I just go back? Okay. Now if you go there, I actually can play bishop b1, which is really funny. He came in, he took my pawn, he went here, and if he goes back, it's like the same thing except the pawn is gone, and now I can go bishop b1 and keep it on this diagonal. That's actually really funny when you think about it. Okay, let's go g4 now. That's what we needed, a moment to attack the light squares. We have the checkmate if the pawn moves. We do have king h1, rook g1. It's a slow plan, but if we need it, we'll keep that in the back of our minds. He really wants to take this, obviously. But then, no, he doesn't. He wants to do that instead. Let's take it. So the knight's going to take. And then it's a question of, do I sack here? Do I play king h1, rook g1? Ooh. Okay, we gotta move. This one, what's going on? Wow, I'm seeing some cool stuff, but I don't know if it's the right decision. We gotta go. We have to go for it. I have 50 seconds. I have to go. I have to go. This is crazy stuff. He's going to check me, though, which is annoying. But then I wanted to go there anyway, so he's going to just force me to do what I wanted to do. That's happening. This is happening. Uh-oh. What's the move? What's the move? What's the move? Here? Here? When in doubt, attack the queen. When in doubt, attack the queen. I'm in doubt. Big time in doubt. Where's he going to move his queen to, actually? He's not going to move his queen. Oh, didn't see that one. Did not see that one. I lost all my pieces, guys. I'm so sorry. Man. Okay. Didn't even have any brilliant moves. Seriously. We never had a chance, actually. Never had a chance. Okay, well. I tried to make something happen. Yeah, d5 is a better move. I should have just played d5. Although, I felt like I got into an okay position. I'm curious. No, that was just a blunder. Yeah, I should have gone queen h5 first. So what was the idea after h6? What does Stockfish want me to do? Just do that and go back, because now you're threatening to potentially sack here. No, you're not. That's not the idea at all. Never mind. Okay, just don't even pay attention to what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't understand the opening. I had no idea what was going on, because I'm not used to playing positions like that. Man, we're losing a lot of points today. Were we 2450? Okay, we gotta get back on track here. I think it's time for a Scandinavian. I think that'll do it for us. Yes. Don't forget, guys, Scandinavian course is on sale. And by the way, the Scandinavian course, it will work so much better than it works. I mean, it works okay on my streams. If you're under 1800, it will work even better. Okay, against this one, we need to play c6. When they trade the bishops and do this, you have to play c6, and you actually get a pretty nice position. We're down a pawn, but we have the open files. We have a lot of counterplay. If I win, you'll buy the course? All right, challenge accepted. We got to win this game. All right, Birding Theorist, here we go. I think queenside castle is the way to go. Now we can attack more easily. Queen a4. Okay. I think we develop. The bishop is the way to go. So notice we've got all of our pieces out, queen out. White is still trying to develop. Okay. Queen d3 is a move I usually like to consider, and I'm considering it here. It's just like an annoying square for the queen, and I think I'm going to do it, actually. It's annoying because they can't ever push this. The bishop stays stuck, and it's just attacking a whole bunch of things all at the same time. So white has to be really careful with what they do. For example, you move this knight, I take your knight. You move the queen, I take the pawn. You move your bishop, I take this. All right, so obviously they want to go for that. And I'm considering if I want to launch Harry down the board. I think we need something a little bit faster. He's going to play b4, so we have to be kind of ready for that. So maybe knight g4. What's happening on knight g4? b4, then we could sack this to open up the king, but do we have enough pieces to attack it is the question. The other thing is we can just go here with our bishop. Okay, either way, I think this is a good move to kind of initiate something, and then we can figure out what we're going to do. I'm expecting b4. I'm expecting b4. Am I going to sack it? That is the question. Or am I going to go here? I mean, honestly, I could probably consider going back too, but I feel like I want to be a more aggressive here. So this one is interesting because if you take me and my knight jumps forward, well, it's going to get really wild. It looks kind of scary though also. Could just go back. I mean, going back is not really that bad because if you attack me, I come here. If you attack me, then I go in. Bishop's still doing a pretty good job defending. I'm giving him a lot of tempos though in that case. Well, you know what else I could do? Hold on a second. I could ignore it completely and play knight to d4 now. The idea is if you take my bishop, I take you, and I come in with my queen. Looks pretty dangerous for the white king as well. Okay, man, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Actually, I actually like knight d4 maybe. Maybe that's better. Let's go knight d4. So, they take us, we take them. We are going to have a little bit of defending to do. But so is white, so I think it kind of evens out. Yeah, even like knight takes h2, for example, is an immediate tactic there. It's going to get really crazy if they check me and I run and I try to hide. I don't know what's happening. Of course, they could also just take here or play that. Okay. Wow. So option, what are my options? Let's think about this. What are my options here, guys? Okay, save the bishop on b6, but then we run into c5. Looks kind of unpleasant, although we could probably do it. Put the bishop here, or just leave the bishop and go crazy. For example, h5 takes h4. That seems... Actually, that's... This is not so simple. This is not so simple. I feel like I might need the bishop to defend my king, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm going to try to save the bishop. I think it's going to be a good defender, I think. For example, try to put me in check. Aha, I can block, you know, things like that. That's why I think we need it. Now, maybe I'm ready for this H5, H4 plan. Yeah, I think we should do this. I think we should do this. This is not so scary. I think we just block. C6, we just take it. Also, we could even consider just running with the king, letting him take, and then pushing. That's a bit more risky, but it's not out of the question. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I think they're going to try to find something else, maybe. Okay, generally, when I see this... Hold on. First of all, wait a second. If I take and the rook takes, we could take here. That's one thing. If the king takes... Yeah, the king could take, I guess. So maybe we just go h4. Of course, they don't want to make that trade, so they're going to have to move their knight somewhere. And then what happens? All right, let's play h4 first. You're going to go knight e4 maybe. And then, okay. I have 92 check, actually, guys. So 92 check. They take me. I take them. They take me here. Then I have h3. I don't think they want to do that. So 92 check might be an amazing move. In fact, let's go. Let's go do it. So we are removing the guard from here by giving up our knight so we can take this annoying knight. Also repositions my queen. And if they take me at the end of it, which looks like they're going to go for... I have actually two options. Option one, I could just take the knight. But option two, I could go here. Oh, I didn't see knight c3. I did not see knight c3. I don't know. For some reason, I still feel like I'm probably fine. Let's just think about the best way to do this. Here threatens checkmate, so you have to take my knight. Then I have this. So they're going to take the knight. Oh, you know what? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second, guys. Ha 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 ha. E4. I can play E4. Aha. G3. Thank you very much. Oh, is that better than H3? Because H3, they move this. I don't actually see a forced win. I see this. I lose my queen. I think we go E4. Surprise, surprise. Good thing we saved that bishop. This loses, I think. Check. We block. I don't know. Looks like Birding Theorist might be buying a Scandinavian course today. I don't see what White's going to do about this. I mean, I guess you have to play G3, right? Oh, wait. Can they try to run? Hold on. I didn't think about this. Here, here, here. Oh, maybe they try to run. Nope. They want to do that. Okay, well, wait a second. Now I just go here. Oh, Queen A4. But I could also just block. If I just block, then they play g3 or there. Yeah. Okay, let's just block. Let's just block. Obviously, we take it. Open up the rook. You know, I say obviously we take it. Maybe queen f3 was a move to consider, actually, too. But I think it's too slow. I think it's too slow. Yeah, I think it's too slow because then he's going to play like knight b5 and I don't know exactly what's happening with my king. This way, let's see. Do you have time for knight b5? Wait a second. Check. Oh, you guys see that? Ooh, that's a beautiful one. He stopped the one I was looking at, but I don't think he stopped this one. What I was looking at before in this position was check, takes, check. King has to move somewhere. Queen h2 is checkmate. But now the bishop would take my queen if I tried to do that shenanigans. But I'm pretty sure queen f3 just wins. I'm just going to verify no checks. This is mate. You can't stop it. Yeah, this is it. This is game over, guys. Queen f3. That's it. You can't stop the checkmate. Taking here with check. If they take with the rook, I don't actually know if we have checkmate because we go here, here, check, they run. Yeah, I guess we did have checkmate there too. But this is probably faster. But that probably was also going to win. Okay. I bet we had some brilliant moves. No brilliant moves? Really? Looks like you're learning the Scandinavian. Yes. Okay. Interesting chart. Looks like we made a mistake somewhere there early, and then they did. Let's take a look here. I will go ahead and tell you this bishop b5 check line is not popular at all at the lower levels. Like, you won't see this a ton. It's kind of one of the annoying lines, but you won't see it a lot. Most people don't play it. If they do play it, they might just be a beginner, like, hey, check, you know. Okay, so c6 takes. Let's see. But I'm really curious about, what does Stockfish think about? Yeah, Stockfish likes my castling queenside. Okay, so everything was great. Yeah, it actually wanted me to go queen d3 right away, which we did later, but it wanted it immediately. Now I played it, which is still good. Oh, and it wanted h5 immediately. Getting that h-pawn going as fast as possible was the idea. Here, it would have taken. Okay, so let me just see. What was Stockfish thinking? Rook d6. So it is going to generate an attack using the rook. And then the knight's coming in. And yeah, I guess white has to be careful because you got the queen, you've got the rook. Bishop is still stuck and out of play. Wow, this is very confusing though. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to tell what was going on in my mind there. Okay, but that's what Stockfish would have done. This was a big blunder. They should have actually taken it. And let's see, what's the deal? Apparently this is winning for white. Huh. I guess because I don't have an immediate attack, and by the time I try to generate something, white is actually the one who gets to attack me. Okay. It's getting very complicated. Let's not keep going down that rabbit trail. All right. Instead, this happened. Ooh, knight takes h2. And then h5. Trying to open up the bishop this way. Wow. Okay, but I did this. They blundered. And then queen f4. e4 was a great move. Apparently, if they play rook e1, they can survive here. And they can run away. Wow, that's amazing. And you just run. You just run with the king. Now you go check. And somehow this is, I mean, okay. Very complicated. Anyway, let's keep going. Try to get some more points back here. Okay, e4. I mean, I guess we got to do it. We got to play the Smith-Morra gambit. I'm still learning it. I'm not an expert at it, but we're going to experiment a little bit here. So the bishop goes here. Then we castle. Wait a second. Am I supposed to play e5 on this one? No, I don't think I'm supposed to play e5 just yet. Right? No, I don't think so. I think only if they don't have the pawn up, then maybe you can do it. But I think in this case, I need to just play the normal stuff. Let's go queen e2. I could be wrong, but I think this is right. Okay, bishop e7. All right, so this is pretty normal. Rook goes on d1, lining up here. Then black has a couple of different plans, if I'm not mistaken. Bishop d7, a6, and queen c7. Yeah, e5 I think is one too. And what do I do against e5? So usually you want to attack the weakness here. So like I'm considering knight b5, but I think it's too soon. I think we got to get the bishop out here first. And then now you're threatening to take. If they take here, you have a weak pawn here to attack. And if they take this way, you've messed up the king side. Now you have to be careful if they put a rook there. But if they try to castle, for example, well, then we can take, and either this becomes really weak, or they open up the king side. Okay, so they do decide to castle. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of the knight. And now, do we go knight d5, hit the bishop, or do we go knight b5, hit the pawn? So they're definitely going to defend, I would think. We could also just go ahead and double up right away, right? We could do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Although bishop g4 might be annoying. If they get bishop g4, knight d4, that's not going to be pleasant. So should I play h3? Let's play h3. I think this is one exception where you do stop the pin here. I don't actually know what I'm doing anymore, but we'll see. This is a pretty straightforward plan. Double up the rooks, hit the weak pawn, probably win back your pawn and have a fine game. I'll be curious to see what the engine says about this afterwards. The other thing I could do is put the rook on c1 where it might be useful here in case the b pawn moves. That's tempting as well. Actually, you know what? Let me do that. Because I'm envisioning some interesting things happening with the knight coming in here, and this might be really useful. I don't know. Maybe I was on the right track initially with doubling here. I'm not actually sure. Okay, they go there. I think now's a good time to jump in with one of these pieces. How about the knight? How about the knight? And if they take, we take back. Very powerful looking bishop. I think we have a pretty good position. B5 is risky because now your knight is under attack. I don't think you really want to take here and give me this amazing bishop in the center. Well, never mind. You do. Okay. That's what I'll do. My bishop's really good now. Black's bishop, not so much. Okay, so we could win the pawn back right here if we want. Then it's a knight against bishop ending. Even material. I think it's fine. I don't think this bishop's very good, actually. I think we should do it. I think we should do it. And it turns out having the rook on c1 actually was helpful, so maybe that was the right decision. I don't know. I mean, it would be helpful here too if we had them doubled, so. Okay. And I have to think maybe this is good for me. Like, yes, these are all nice and connected, but I have a pass pawn. Black does not have any pass pawns. So, yeah, that's kind of good. And I might just put more pressure here, or should I not even worry about that? Just start pushing. Maybe I just start pushing, right? Yeah, I think let's do it. I mean, this bishop's really far. It's going to be, the king is really far. You know, it's going to be hard for black to stop this pawn, especially if I go rook a1 and just push it all the way down the board. I might even just sack this pawn. I don't even care about that at this point. In fact, let's go. Let's go. It's time to win the game here. This pawn's going to win it. I don't care about this. Now, I will care if he gets his rook behind, I think. What I will probably do is play rook a1, but I also have check first and then push it again. Yeah, I don't want the rook to get behind. Okay, he's not even going to take it. He's not even going to take the... A6 takes. I go behind. Oh, should I do it? Alternatively, I just take here, and then push it like that. Okay, what would Capablanca do? I mean, Capablanca is all about the active rook, so I feel like he would activate the rook as best as possible. I think Capablanca would take this pawn. That's what I think. Would Capablanca do this? No. Ooh, that's a huge blunder. Check. Oh my, and I almost fell for it. All right, we're going to take the pawn. Almost tried to get too fancy. So what has happened here, guys? Exactly. What has happened? We cut off the king. We push the pawn. He's going to go behind. But then I can't cut off the king. So now's the moment. If I want to cut off the king, I got to do it now and put my rook over here. I think that's critical. I do not think we let the king into this game. We force him to go the long way around. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There we go. So we defend our pawn. We have an active rook. If we can get this knight into the game, we should be in great shape. Wait a second. Pin it. King goes here. I take. With a beautiful fork. Or I go there first. Check. No. It's better to do it this way. Also, I could push it, but I think we just take this. He can't take me because of this amazing fork. So we're defending our pawn. Ah, trying to do that. Nope, doesn't work. Doesn't work. It does not work. You guys see that, right? You see the tactic? Tell me you see it. This is a good moment to pause. Assuming black takes my pawn, what am I going to do? He's not going to do it because he sees it. But if he didn't see it and he took that, what am I going to do? Rook takes d8. Knight c6. What a beautiful move. You can't do this because he's pinned. You can't move because you get forked. You can't take this. F6, I guess you could try, but then I go here and I'm winning. I'm just winning. This is over. We won. Yes. Okay, so he's stopping this. Okay, that's a smart move, I guess. Maybe I just take another pawn. Maybe I just take everything. Or I push it. If we take here, the point is it's forcing him to make this trade. Which is, I've got to believe that's a winning endgame. But I could also probably just push this. Also, probably a winning endgame, although maybe his knight gets to come in, his king gets to come into the game. Let's do this. Yeah, I understand rook endings are sometimes drawish, but not when you have this many connected pawns and an extra one on the side. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Do not think it's going to be a problem at all. Don't give him that one for free. Let's bring our king. Let me play g4 first, actually. Get my king behind here. Okay, let's push. I mean, we just have too many pawns. Like, it would be a massive blunder if I somehow don't win this game. Bring the king up. Because if he ever tries to come down here and start doing this, I'm going to be able to defend my pawn. I'm going to be able to push that. All right, let's go h4. h4, h5. Like I said, if he tries to come here and do this, I'm going to push and threaten to get my rook behind. Let's go here now. Let's take it. I'm going to threaten this to get 3 connected pawns. Fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, even 2 pawns is, I think, straightforward enough, but 3 is just too many. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Pretty solid. Pretty solid game there, guys. So let's check the opening. Smith-Morra. You don't really think of Smith-Morra as leading to an endgame, but that's what happened. Okay, Stockfish doesn't love it as much, but it's not bad. It does like H3. And Queen D2, Knight D5. Yeah, it likes Rook AC1 too. So we didn't really do anything wrong. Stockfish agrees. Now you take the pawn. Okay, Stockfish would have played Rook C1, which I did think about for a second, but A4 is also good. 5 is also good. Definitely trade. Takes. Okay, so I messed up a little bit. Then then we won. Apparently, A6 is the best move because on Rook C7, Black has Bishop D8. What is this? And F6, so you shut out my knight. I try to get my knight to come around, but now the rook attacks me. I save my pawn. Oh, this is the trick. Oh, you guys see that? Look at that's nasty. Because I have no way to deal with this. They're going to get... Endgames are caught hard. I'm done. I'm done. Let's go. I'm done. All right. Here we go. E4. Should we do a Ponziani? Let's try a Ponziani again. Nope. Not this time. I think I like to play the what is it? The Cochran gambit. So, Stafford gambit. No, not this. So what are my options? We play the Stafford gambit and try to survive, or we play a Halloween gambit. We turn the tables. I mean, Stafford gambit, is it that good? Tricky. It's tricky. Let's play it. Let's play it. Because I think I know that I'm supposed to go D3 and Bishop E2. I'm pretty sure this is like the way to do it. Because you stop the knight from coming in. He goes there anyway. I thought this was the way to do it. No? What is happening now? I'm already confused. I'm already confused, guys. If I take it, he's clearly going to go Queen H4. I could play G3. Then after takes, and let's just say Knight D2. I think I'm fine. He doesn't want to trade queens. So Queen H3. What am I missing? Hold on. Is it this hard? Am I really? G3. You take with the bishop. I take your queen. You take me. No, I'm up a piece. I don't see it. I'm going to do it. I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. Okay, G3, right? We're just up a whole bunch of pawns. I mean, I don't... What's the deal? Let's find out. Let's find out what the deal is. Okay, he just takes... I want to trade the queens, and then I have some pawns. So... Fine. Very fine. Knight to D2 and F3. Or do I want to play like Bishop E3? Let him get the bishop here, because I can always play Knight D2 later. So maybe we just go Bishop E3. Yeah, let's do that. So we're just a clear pawn up. And we survived, as far as I can tell, we survived the opening tricks and traps from the Stafford gambit. Okay, so we have doubled pawns, but still an extra pawn. And this is not really going to bother me. Let's get the knight into the game. The question is where? Question is where? Here. I think I'll just castle this way. Or maybe just reroute the knight to f4 right away. You could play g5, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, this one, just go here. This one. So he stops me from castling, but I'm actually wondering, can I trap the bishop? So here, h5. No, we can't trap it. Here, 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 h4. Looks pretty good. Let's do that. He's got to go back. I can also play h4. Well, h4 is interesting, because then I'm threatening to trap it. Oh, yes, this one. I forgot about that. Okay. All right, that's fine. So now what? Maybe just here in h3. Okay. It's not dangerous for me because the queens are off the board. It's just a little annoying. But then there's also no other pieces to help the bishop, so it's not a big deal. We can just do this, get the f file. Yeah, we're in great shape now. Okay, so castles. Let's go ahead and kick this annoying bishop out of here with h3. Right, and I think now is the time to get the file. Let's do that. And I'm okay if he pushes. I'll just push by, so not a big deal. In fact, maybe just... Maybe I'll just go here, because I don't want to get chased by a pawn for no reason. Yeah, so we'll go here. We'll double up. It is on the same color as the bishop, but it's not going to be easy for him to do this, so I'm not really concerned. Okay, fine. Yeah, so he wants to push, so maybe now is the time. Okay, this is actually really instructive, guys. So when someone is attacking you with two pawns, and you have your two pawns like this, as long as you don't get forked, they can't open up the files. So what I'm going to do is actually move my rook away. Because now if you push here, you're not forking me, which means I have time to push by. And I'm not going to lose my rook. And if you push here, I push by. So there's no way for black to open up these files and attack me. I just push by. Unless they're going to sacrifice their bishop and do something crazy, but that's not going to work. So this is a critical move, though, because if I leave my rook sitting there and they play g4, well, now I have a problem. If I move my rook, they take here. They've opened up the g file. And of course, if I take them, now they take back. They've opened up the h file. I have to worry about their rooks coming in. So that's really instructive that you understand, like, just avoid getting forked, and now it doesn't really matter. And black's going to have a hard time. Why didn't I push the pawn to g4 to trap the bishop? You're talking about earlier. Yeah, I looked at it. I think I talked about it. Because h5. And yes, I can play h3, but then they take, and then they come down here and force a trade, and then the other rook's going to come over eventually, and they have this h file open. I didn't want to deal with that. So that's why. There's really nothing for black to attack in this position, which is why they're kind of stumped now, it seems like. Because I'm just going to bring my rook, figure out where the knight's going to go somewhere, and quite happy with the position. Okay, so that's a little trap. They're trying to get tricky. Of course, we can just defend, so not a big deal. Defend the rook, so this doesn't work. Also have e5, but I wanted to get the rooks in position first and then maybe e5 next. Yeah, maybe e5 next. d4 or e4, knight e4. Oh, 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 oh. I do believe the rook is trapped, guys. I do believe the rook is trapped. Bit of a mistake there from the opponent. They have bishop d5, but that's going to allow me to take, and black is done. Black is done. Yeah. They have to take with them. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So we survived the Stafford gambit. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so pretty good. Let's see what's going on. So yeah, d3 is the best move, and then bishop e2 is the best move. Oh, knight g4 is the best move for black. Okay. Takes. Queen f3 is the top move. Because if they take you here, what's your idea? Then you put the queen on g3? Oh, okay. Interesting. But I did g3, but I think g3 forces the issue. And so this should also be fine for me. And then bishop e3 is the best move. Great. They played the best move. I played the best move. Yeah, so I just played a good opening against Stafford Gambit. So there you go. If you ever face that, take it and play d3 and bishop e2. That's what you need to remember. If you remember that, hopefully you can figure out the rest of the stuff. Okay. Guys, don't forget, Scandinavian course is on sale, like 40-something% off until Friday. And you're going to have a lot of fun playing those lines. Like, they're really cool. You can ask my editor, Steven. He's playing them. He said he had a lot of fun. He was editing the video, so he got to see it before everybody else, obviously. But yeah, he used it. I think, Steven, what are you, like 1,200 range now? 1,300? But he's having some great success. I think you guys are going to really like it. Links in the description. It's a pinned comment. And yeah, any questions? Questions about the course? Questions about anything else? I have a few minutes. I can answer some questions. I think I started at 2450 and now we're at 2444. So not a bad day. Lost 6 points. If you become 2,500, are you going to ever try to become a GM? Maybe. It's a lot easier to play online and win games, though, than to go to like tournaments and win. It's just mentally, it's very draining and you got to travel. And I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I don't know. We'll see. No over-the-board tournaments coming up right now. But if I do another one, I may, like the last couple of times I've been recording and it's just added so much stuff that I haven't played well. Because I'm worried about like, all right, I got to get the camera set up. I got to make sure that the chords are all in position so people aren't tripping over them. I got to upload the videos. I got to send the videos to whoever's going to be doing the comment. It's just like a big thing, and it really is distracting when you're trying to just like play a good game of chess. So in the future, what I might do is just not record them, play in the tournament, and then just do a recap where I just show you the game. Like, hey, this is the game I had. I went here. He did this. I did this. Blah, blah, blah. And I think that will take a lot of like stress off everything going on. So maybe that's what I'll do. OTB Elo, I lost so many points the last two tournaments. Like, I was close to 2,200, and now I'm like, I don't even know, 2,140 maybe, or maybe even less at this point. Like, I lost tons of points in the last two tournaments. I was playing all these kids, you know, these like 1,800 rated kids who are actually like on their way to become GMs, and you're just in their path as they're like going up, destroying everyone in the way. So that's kind of part of the problem. Yeah, the chess set behind me is from House of Staunton. I don't have a link in the description, unfortunately, but it's man, what's the name of it? I always forget the name of it. But yes, check out House of Staunton. They have really nice wooden sets. Look for like the luxury wooden pieces with like the maybe like 4-inch kings. They're like slightly bigger pieces, but they're super nice. I mean, this is like, I don't know how well you can see it. The knights are always one of the important pieces of the set if it's going to focus. There you go. I think I was reading somewhere like knights are worth like 50% of the value of the pieces because all of the hand carving that goes into them, getting them just right. But yeah, I really like that one. House of Staunton is where I get my chess sets from. All right. You just bought the Scandi course. All right. Way to go, Scott. Let me know how it turns out for you. Excited. I think you're gonna love the lines, and it's not like a super long course. Like it's a couple of hours, like maybe 2.5 hours, so you can sit down in one afternoon or a weekend or something and just knock it out, and then start playing. And so yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let me know. Cool. All right, guys. I will see you next time. Hopefully, I think Saturday night, probably. I have to check my schedule, but I think Saturday night. So, see you guys next time. Thanks, Rob and Steven, for being here.